So the key to finding them, in my opinion, is doing it at night and then using a really, really, really bright flashlight. And then you want to kind of hold it like at an angle like this. And what that does is it casts a shadow on the mites, and they look a lot bigger than if they were just holding it like this. Doesn't work as well, in my opinion. So if you do this, usually they'll start moving, and then you can see, and obviously you're going to be wanting to look close. And so let's say, see this little white spot right there? Spot right there. So that looks a little sus. So I would look at that with my handheld microscope. So you want to grab your insecticidal super soap. It may or may not have the Jax logo. You're going to want to check the label for having spinosad. That is the key, in my opinion. And there is a regular insecticidal soap that does not. So please make sure you check the label. Grab a respirator or mask. Grab gloves. I wear a long sleeve shirt. I have a very small bathroom, so I actually put a fan up there in the window to kind of suck the air out. You can do this outside at night as well, but I just find that the lighting, and it's just a little easier for me to do it in my bathtub. Now, here is the absolute key to really using any product in spider mites. You have to spray your plant every 3 to 4 days for a minimum of, I would say, 4 to 5 treatments. 6 just to be on the safe side. Bonide super soap does not kill the eggs. So you're spraying every 3 days to kill any new babies that are hatching from the eggs before they can become mature adults and reproduce and lay more eggs. You need to soak the plant, spray every leaf, top and bottom. Unlike some products like Forbid, it's not translaminar. This is a contact kill, so you have to get the liquid touching the mites in order for it to kill them. I do also spray my soil pretty heavily, but not as heavily as I do the leaves. I drench the stems, especially down in alocasias, down in the little petiole there, get a big nice pool of this insecticidal soap. I've never had any problems with my plants in this method. Nobody's had any bad reactions, and I've used it many times, mostly my plants that are in quarantine. The first time I did this, I monitored the spider mites that were active with my handheld microscope, and it was about a 15-minute to complete kill rate on 100% of the adults and the juveniles. So I leave mine on and I just let it dry. I do not rinse my leaves afterwards. You can choose to rinse your leaves afterwards, but I would recommend letting the soap sit on there for a good 30 to 45 minutes just to make sure that there is nothing surviving the super soap spray. As we know, spider mites love alocasia. So sometimes on the larger leaved alocasia that are not real bushy, I'll take a paintbrush and I'll soak it with the insecticidal super soap, and I'll kind of wipe underneath the leaves. And what that does is dislodges the eggs, kind of gives you a little bit of a one-up, and will help reduce the amount of hatches that you get. So I do find it is helpful, but in my opinion, it's not realistic to do it on large bushy plants like the two I have in the background there, the Albo Syngonium and the variegated burl marks. If you have the time to do it, go for it. It will help speed up the process, but I ain't doing that. The little grate that I have on my bathtub there is actually just a pet door protector from Home Depot. Just kind of saves my back a little bit. Once I'm done with the paintbrush or the spray in general, everything is dry, everything goes back where it was, and then the lights come on the next morning as normal. And in 3 days, you get to do it all over again. Have fun.